Okay, welcome penny stock billionaires. Let me just get the charts up on the screen here. All right, there we go. Closing bell chart chat. Everything, of course, here is high risk stocks, not a recommendation to buy or sell securities. These are all clients of Octagon Media Corp. And should be considered paid content. Okay, now that is out of the way. We got Visibility Group breaking out. This is the official breakout. This is the one we've been waiting for really for almost a year, to be very quite honest. It is almost officially a 10 bagger. It's just pennies away. I think we introduced it. It might have been 15 cents, either 14, somewhere between 14 and 17 cents. It might have been 15 cents. Exactly, I think literally 12 months ago. It is, I actually thought this would be a 10 bagger within 3 months, 4 months maybe. And it's just taken a little bit longer. Sometimes, the biggest winners sometimes start out slow and then they build and then they become monsters. It's, it's kind of like a horse race. It's not, it's not the first horse that's out of the gate that runs. Sometimes it's the one that's kind of in the middle or in the back that becomes the leader. So here it is. So yeah, so we introduced it right over here back in, I think it was October 9th last year, right? Yeah, there you go. There's the big pop. And, it was quiet for a few months, started moving. Big move last December into January. Consolidation for almost 6-8 months. Here we have the breakout. And again, look at this massive consolidation phase from almost January to October. That's a long time, 10 months. And again, the longer the consolidation, the bigger the move. It's almost in direct proportion, the move to the upside. So I think this thing is not going to stop until it's at least 250, and then it might take a bit of a rest. It might consolidate it again, and then we could see $5 from there. Yeah, my upside target on this is minimum 250 at this stage, and probably $5, or could be somewhere in that range. By the way, if you're brand new to our channel, make sure you click the like, subscribe button, join the channel. This should be right now on the Penny Stock Billionaire Gang YouTube channel. That is where we're doing all the chart chats. Todd, I'm in 100% agreement. It's what you're seeing with VSB is a really nice. We haven't seen any gaps in the stock at all, really. I mean, almost never. I'm looking here. Yeah, I don't think there's any minimum or very minimal gaps. It has not gone parabolic, which is very, very important. Because I don't like when things just go like crazy parabolic, then it's not sustainable. I like a nice, high, angle of attack, but not too high where it can stall out. Just kind of like a plane taking off. You want it to go at an angle, but you don't want it to go like this. I mean, especially if it's a propeller plane. You can't. It's not going to maintain it. So you want a nice, aggressive angle. And right now you see this is not a parabolic move, really. It's just a nice breakout move. That's what you're seeing. It's a very, very healthy breakout move. At some point, the stock is going to go parabolic, but I don't think it's going to happen until probably 250. Maybe once it breaks out of the 250, it's going to attract a whole new breed of investors. And I think, look, right now, this thing is starting to it's not even that well known. I mean, this is not even a cult stock yet. This is, yes, Taz, I agree. Let's all make money. Yeah, this is really a very, very healthy breakout. But let's take a look at a couple of other stocks that are moving right now. And I'll jump back to VSB just a second. Another stock we were looking at yesterday was Skylight, former client Skylight. What is going on? So right here it's been having a nice move. I think this thing is bottomed out. 250 looks like that was the bottom. Big research report came out the other day from Northland, so it's a U.S.-based firm. And yes, pretty. From what I understand, it's pretty serious. I haven't looked at the report yet. I'm a chart guy, really. So, this stock really, though, to get that real breakout, it's got to close above 365, really 375. It needs like a nice healthy close above 375. You got to have a little bit more resistance in that $4 range. And once it can break $4, I mean, I was just talking to, of course, the Elon Musk of penny stocks, Sean Black. He thinks it's going to be a $30 stock. At $30, that'll be $1 billion valuation. So it's not even that big. I mean, look, we've seen PKK go to $1.5 billion market cap, right? Yeah, so this thing is definitely looking good. But the big mover, of course, today's focus is VSB, $1.38 right now. And let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. Okay, so this is actually looking really healthy. So we had a nice pop right to about $1.45. Good pullback. This is actually what I like. I like things which, they pop, then they consolidate a little bit, they pull back a little bit, and then they break out again. And you're looking at the same exact pattern that you saw on right over here, October 8th, where the stock popped, pulled back, consolidated a little bit, and then much higher again. So I think next week easily we're going to see, I would say $1.50, probably $1.75. It's interesting to see what's going to happen once it breaks from $1.50, because once you get into $1.50, $1.75 category, then people start to really believe. They start to actually, the reality of this becoming a $2.50 stock, that starts becoming tangible. So the more move, it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, you guys have seen this movie play out over and over again with pretty much all our 10 baggers or more. Same thing would happen with every one of them. The Templars. Okay. Yeah, I think this is it. This is what's going on right now. This is a really nice flag happening right here. And I think this stock is going to pivot right off of this. VSB is going to pivot right off of this, like $1.38. Let me zoom into the 5-minute. Are we going to get any good action? Yeah. So here you see you're getting this right above the moving average, right above the support. I think the MACD line is going to cross over in just a little bit. And probably, I think we're going to close like at $1.40 today. Low $1.42 maybe. And it's going to be a really amazing setup for Monday. Hopefully the stock does not gap up on Monday. It just, people take it up nice and slow. And this is the crazy thing with VSBs, is it's always been a relatively nice, healthy moves. That this doesn't have that massive cult following yet, where people are going crazy. It's not at the Kool-Aid phase yet. I mean, it's not. It's not. People aren't drinking Kool-Aid yet. They're not even in the Jonestown yet. They're still. They're getting ready. I think we're in the Jonestown phase is probably going to happen when we get to around $3. I think once this thing breaks 310, people are going to start rushing to the Kool-Aid bowl, $4 or $5, and then hey, it might even go higher, but $5 I think is pretty healthy. So getting a nice healthy action here. Let's take a look at another stock. Actually, I haven't looked at this all day. Let me see what's going on with our liquid avatar, which had a nice move yesterday. So 5 minutes, there's not enough action. 1 hour. Looks like liquid is consolidating. Nice, healthy consolidation here. And I think it's going to break out of this flag right here, this little pennant, 13 cents. We could see, if it breaks out of 13 cents, I think we could see a quarter pretty quickly. I think the stock wants to go to a quarter, like right around here, maybe even higher. Again, highly speculative, but who knows what this guy has up his sleeve. and this is one of these stocks that can move. It doesn't take a lot to move it. Let's see what else is going on as we're going into the close. RHT Relic, really nice chart action here. Let me remove this is from a different time. This okay. So again, you saw this move here. Next week, hopefully we get Lisa back on next week, but I think we're going to be at $1.20 mid next week, and we're going to be breaking out of this cup and handle thing over here. We're probably going to have a little bit of a cup and handle at $1.20, and then we could be on track to 250 by December. That is my projection, 250 for the end of the year. A nice Christmas present for everybody. And let's see what else is moving today. Raya is picking up a little bit. We're going to have the Greg on, I think, next week. So this thing could get some action. I think we're going to be back at 15 cents next week. And again, look, this is a stock which I believe could be a 10 bagger. So $1, $1.50. And listen, nobody believes any of these stocks when we first introduced them. When these stocks first debut, nobody's following them. Nobody cares. It's very rare that they have any kind of following beforehand. Look, like this is very similar to VSB, actually. I'll tell you what, Raya is pretty similar chart-wise to where VSB was last October. So, could Raya be at $1.50 by next year? Let's see what happens next week. I'd like to see this thing break above 15 cents. Once it breaks above this 15-cent range, you're going to see a lot of eyeballs start jumping on this thing. What else is going on for next week? We're going to have ESE. I think ESE is a stock to watch for next week. It's going to be pivoting off this $1.13. Let me see. We're probably like a double bottom. Yeah, I think if you go into the 15-minute, you kind of have this double bottom happening here in the 15-minute chart. So once this thing breaks above $1.15, $1.20, we're going to see a move to $1.30, $1.50 plus. Again, my target on ESE, the esports stock, is minimum $4. So you could be a 4x. Again, nobody's watching it right now. This was a 10 bagger already. We introduced it last year at like 30 cents, went to over 450. And I think it's going to do it again, just like fans. Speaking of fans have been a bit quiet. It's just hanging out here, waiting for a catalyst. When it gets a catalyst, we're going to see minimum 250 on fans again. So the fans is not over yet. Fans is not over yet. We're in the early stages. So what is going on with VSB? $1.36. Let's take a look at the American action. Nice healthy volume coming in today. There is some substantial buying over a million shares over the counter. So this is getting this thing is really getting some traction right now. Let's see if we can go into the 15-minute chart. Yeah, things are looking pretty solid right here. So I think we're probably, so the US VSB, probably, let's see, we're 2 minutes, 3 minutes from the close. Probably closing kind of in this range. But again, beautiful setup for Monday, Tuesday. I wouldn't be surprised if the stock maybe even, I don't think it's going to pull back. I think Monday is definitely, I'm 99% sure that Monday is going to be an up day. I mean, with this chart pattern right here, I mean, this is a beautiful setup for Monday, a massive move on Monday. Here we go, pulling back a little bit. Oh, we might close at $1. We might be closing here 3 minutes into it. But again, beautiful setup for Monday. We got this flag here. We're below this moving average. I wouldn't. You can't really take the 5-minute too seriously, but it's about to cross over. So it just needs a little push, and we're going to get another buy signal in this stock. Fans, Logic, yeah. I think they're definitely bottoming right here. Fans, we got to see what happens with fans. Maybe next week we'll have them back on um, as a liquid as super. Okay. Let's see what happens. But yeah, liquid is getting some eyeballs on it. It's getting some traction. Again, super speculative, but it could be, this thing could go to a quarter very quickly. VSB next week. Maybe I don't have him on the schedule. I haven't reached out to Jay. Let me see if he's got news. We'll have him back on, but he's not on the schedule. But from what I understand, they're probably going to be having some decent news flow coming up. So Delic is not a client. Neither is TBP. So yeah, so TBP, Delic kind of dropping out of the program, which is fine. I wish them well. We are now focused on VSB and a couple of other 10 baggers. ESE, take a look at this. A couple minutes to go, getting some buying action into the close. Yeah, this is not a 5-minute chart. You're not going to get any action here. So off the 1-hour chart, excuse me. Off the 1-hour chart, we got a beautiful double bottom setup here, breaking out of the moving average. Next week, I think we're going to see $1.40, $1.50 on ESE. And excuse me, VSB closing at $1.34 on the lows here, which is actually fine. Let's take a look at the daily. How is the daily looking? The daily is looking good. So we're closing. If I did a candle chart, it would actually be pretty. Should I show a candle? Let me see how it looks on a candle. I'm not a candle fan, but candle. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's your candle chart. I would have preferred if VSB would have closed a little bit higher above the proportion-wise, a little bit higher above the open. I would have preferred if it would have closed at like $1.38, $1.39. That would have been a little more bullish. But here, it's leaving a little bit of money, leaving some money on the table for Monday. Really nice setup. Let me jump into let me go into the 30-minute. This is not super bullish, but it's fine. Let me see the 1 hour. Yeah, so probably, let me go to this 5-minute. Yeah, so we had a sell-off here. Ooh. So you know what? Monday, the stock might pull back to $1.30 based on what I'm looking. Possibly. It's a week. We got 3 days away, so anything can happen. Let me go back to the bar because I'm really not. It's hard for me to read the candles, but yeah. So we could see, maybe a pullback to $1.30 on Monday, because sometimes these stocks do that, a little bit of a consolidation. But next week, I would say the odds are like 90% that VSB touches $1.50 plus, maybe even $1.75. I mean, this thing is really on the move right here. Again, this thing was less than 50 cents at the start of the month almost. It's September. In September, it was less than 50 cents. What else is looking good for Monday? 3 million shares. Okay, I don't have look at this. 2.5 million here, at least 2.5 million on the CSE. I don't see what the other exchanges, but yeah, it could be with the OTC, with everything else. It could be big. So, ESE. I think ESE is a great risk reward setup right now. I don't see this going below this number. I don't see it going below the moving average. Your risk might be like literally 5 cents. I don't see it going below $1.10. And the upside is $4. I know it sounds crazy. So basically, you're risking a nickel to make was it 290 something, right? So you're risking a nickel to make $3. Let's just call it, right? That's a 60 to 1, 60 to 1, 60 to 1 odds. Okay. Minimum, I think we go to 250 before there's a little bit of consolidation. I don't think it's going to stay there too long, but so let's say you're risking a nickel to make $1.35. Still, I mean, again, I don't see this going below $1.10. I think this is the bottom here, and I think $4 is where we're gonna be very, very shortly. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay, let me see how liquid closed. This thing is getting a bit of a cult. 12 cents, yeah, pretty good. Next week, let's take a look at this. 1 hour, yeah. I think liquid is in a good setup. Again, we're not really involved with them. I personally have some shares that we get paid in some shares, basically, kind of, right. So I'm hoping to sell the shares at least at a quarter. I'm not, maybe even 40 cents. That would be nice. VSBGF. I'm sorry, let me take a look at the VSBGF for all our American friends. And yeah, wow, look at that. All-time high, $1.10. By all-time high, that does not mean that is the forever high. That means it's a temporary high to be broken. Next week, we're going to see higher highs. So yeah, actually on the American chart, VSB, it's interesting. From the candle wise, yeah, the American candle looks a little better. The American candle, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so VSB $1.10. I think. Listen, 1 million shares. That's a decent amount of stock to be trading on the over the counter these days. So if this thing is getting 1 million shares of action in the U.S., I think this is a really good start. And now that it's above $1, it starts to get a whole new audience. So, the success is going to breed success. Next week, this thing is in a really good position. Okay. Major news by the end of the month. Yeah, could be next week, 2 weeks from now. Yeah. We should, I think something is happening. I know Jay is apparently he's traveling. I think he was in Atlanta. He was in New York. He's having some meetings. So something is going on. I don't think it's going to be any like massive, crazy news, but we should have some pretty decent news. I mean, the chart does not lie, and the chart says good things are happening. Yeah, again, just like we're seeing now with VSB, I think the same thing is going to happen with the ESC. The bigger the consolidation, the bigger the move up. Just like we saw with PKK. I mean, and PKK, oh my God. If you look at that chart, I remember, I was saying, hey, it's ready to break out. It's ready to break out when it was in that $3 range for like 6 months. And $3, that would be $6 after the split. So finally broke out, and it basically went to $14. So that would be a 2x. So I would say on VSB, we're going to see minimum, probably $2, $2.50. That's going to be the first kind of stop from the breakout, and then it can go to $2.50. Maybe let's see what happens. $5 in sight. Needs more COVID news. RHT. They're not really involved with COVID. RHT has nothing to do with COVID. Less COVID is better for the stock. Kind of, yeah, because that increases the what do you call it? The not the contracts. The actual people starting to use the system. So let's see, what do we got here? Okay, so that is it. Yeah, we got some interesting things happening here. Next week, we're going to have Organic Garage on. I think, I'm not sure what day. It might be Tuesday or Wednesday. Looking forward to it. I think this company's got some really interesting things in the pipeline. And that could be our next 10-bagger plus. So we got a couple of new 10-bagger stocks in the pipeline. We got Raya. We got Raya that's primed right here at 10 cents. Nice chart action here. Nice chart action going into the close. So Raya, 10 cents right now, primed on the launch pad, and we got Organic Garage on the launch pad for next week. Who else do we have here? We got those two. We got, let's see, what else do we have here? We got Relic. I'm expecting some big news from. Very nice close today. So next week, probably $1.25 cup and handle for a couple of days, and then we break out to make a run towards 250. Fans, we should have some action from, and yeah, and that's it. And I think we're going to be hearing back from AIML. I'm waiting for a. We're going to have a demo day set up. So AIML is actually, you know what? This thing is, I think we're going to see again. There's going to be another move happening. It's got to bottom out. Probably, you know what? I think this thing is going to bottom out at 50 cents. I think it's going to go to 50 cents again to freak everybody out, and then that's going to be the bottom, and then it can move up to $1.50, $2, or higher. We've seen, who knows what can happen. They're in the health tech space, so all the right things are happening there, and that is it. Okay, thank you everybody for joining. I will see you all on Monday. Monday should be a very, very exciting day. I think next week is going to be a really exciting week with we got VSB. We got Relic that could be making a major, Relic could be breaking out next week. And I think we could see some action with ESC. So again, thank you for joining. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will see you all next week.